Hi and welcome to another edition of the Beer Garden. It's our first for 2023. Looking forward to this one. A good card at Happy Valley. First of all, how is Charene and how is Joe? Charene, how are things? Did you have a Happy New Year, by the way? Did you have a nice New Year?
Yes, thank you. I also wish all our audience having a good year on in 2023. Yes, I'm just past 4 days for the new year. I'm doing well, so hopefully we are having a great year ahead. And I also wish all my friends and family good health and also good luck in racing.
That's very true. I should have wished everyone a Happy New Year, but I
Yeah.
was too busy wondering how your New Year was. That's what I'm like. Joe, you're obviously in Switzerland, are you at the moment, or is that just
Yeah,
a streak?
I'm in Switzerland. Yeah, it's I'm wearing a t-shirt, but it's pretty cold over here.
You're a brave man.
Yeah,
Have
you
you
are
have you
strong.
have you climbed that mountain behind you?
No, not yet. I'm just enjoying the view.
Well, it's a lovely view. Very good. I think we've got a mountain to climb today because we have a tricky card, have we not? As usual, we look
Mhm.
at the treble trio, the races 7, 8, and 9. We also have our best bets and value bets. And the emphasis is pretty much on speed, isn't it? Race number 7, we have a class 4 over the 1,000 meters, and the final race is a class 3 over the 1,200, sandwiched in between another class 3 over the extended mile, the 1,650. Well, who shall I start with? I'll start with Joe. Who do you like in race number 7 over the minimum trip, the 1,000 meters?
Over the minimum trip, the 1,000 meters. Well, I actually took an unraced runner, and that is number 8, Pachisi. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's a really tough field, especially with Juno Flash getting that second and fought on at the end in his last start with Zach Purton. So this is going to be the first time he's going to have Zach Purton on. But Pachisi ended up having a lot of different jockeys like Karis Teeton, and I think Lyle Hewitson also trialed him as well. And it was a really good trial. He was hanging on to Nervous Witness off of his flank during his trial at Happy Valley, and he looked pretty good. Um, all the other trials have been pretty decent too. Uh, Something I'm kind of worried about. He is a 3-year-old, but he's in the class 4. He's weighted as 57 kilos, or just about, or 58. So that's a little bit of a concern. He's draw number 7, which isn't ideal, but if you could overcome the draw. And he's also a 3-year-old, so he'll probably be a little green. But I think there's going to be a lot of pace in this race. I think you could be behind the pace or somewhere there because you have Amazing Rocky, who is the top weight that should be on pace, and also Circuit 7. It's kind of a tricky race, even with Juno Flash being the heavy favorite right now at $2.20. But I'm going to take a chance here, especially with the odds, because sometimes we see a lot of the first-time starters in Hong Kong, especially trialing and being used to the climate already, getting some wins. And he also has Vincent Ho, who I'm hoping has a good day over there, but he's been running pretty good so far this season. So I'm going to go with number 8, Pachisi, with Jamie Richards and Vincent Ho.
You quite like your newcomers, don't you, Joe, looking back through the history?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, I do. Because sometimes they just show up. Like there was one with Alex, I think it was Bedell, like earlier in the season that came up at big odds, and no one thought he was going to win.
And did you have UMI Everything a long time ago? Was that a winning selection for you?
But he raced in Australia before. Yeah. This one is like completely unraced. He's only done trials. Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. What do you think, Charene?
Yes, actually, I also agree with Joe that I also like number 8, Pachisi. But actually, I do think it is going to be an interesting race. There are so many good sprinters here, like Amazing Rocky, Fabulous 8, and also Juno Flash, who is up and coming. And of course, Circuit 7 and Fable also won on this course and distance before. But Pachisi, yes, Joe just mentioned lots of good things about this horse. He has good pedigree. I like his pedigree from a speed family sired by Perin Canto, who is having so many good progenies in Hong Kong, who also have some good debut results, especially over the sprint distances. And also, prior to his debut, he has some good preparation here, especially his latest barrier trial at Happy Valley. He just finished behind another good horse in Hong Kong, that is Nervous Weakness. So I think that he is now settling well in Hong Kong, and as a 3-year-old, he is of course unexposed. So with some good pedigree and also good preparation in the Barrier Trial performance. I believe on his debut, he can have a good run. He may not be a fast horse, but he just can sit in the midfield, I think, from gate 7. So with Vincent Ho on board, he's on fire recently. He scored 4 winners last Sunday at Charene. So he also have some good horses to ride on Wednesday. One of them will be this one, number 8, Patrici, and in race 7.
So Charene also goes for number 8, Patrici, in race number 7. Interesting horse. I ended up going for Juno Flash. It was almost the first 4 horses that finished in the American Club Challenge Cup. Locking horns again, of course. Faribault won, Juno Flash second, One for All third. And Circuit 7, who I picked that day, and I think it was a little bit unlucky, finished a very close-up 4th. Circuit 7 gets Angus Chung on board this time, taking a valuable £10 off. But I went for Juno Flash. He just seems like the sensible option. He's gate 5. He's improving with every run. John Size, the trainer, tends to bring these horses on quite slowly, doesn't he? And he challenged wide last time. He was gaining all the time on the winner, Faribault, who won quite snugly in the end. But Zach Purton did the job that day on Faribault. Of course, he switches this time. Hugh Bowman rides, or should I say Sylvester de Souza rides Faribault, and Zach Purton rides Juno Flash. And I hope that's key, because I think Juno Flash is a very, very nice horse. But it's an interesting race, isn't it? It really is open. I must admit, I hadn't really thought of Patrici, and then when both of you selected it, I thought, oh, maybe I should look again. But yes, I do like Juno Flash. I think that there's no reason why he shouldn't run well. I think Amazing Rocky's also an interesting horse, and he won last time over course and distance. He's in gate 1, breaking from gate 1 with Hugh Bowman, but he does go especially well for Zach Purton, and he's on my lads. So who knows what will happen? But anyway, Joe and Charene are in agreement, and that is number 8, the newcomer, Patrici, and I'm going for Juno Flash to make it 4th time lucky for John Size, Zach Purton on board.
Just to interrupt you real quick, if you watched Parisi's trial, he did stumble out of the gate and lost 3/4 of a length, and then he was still able to hang on with Nervous Witness. Yeah, it was a good trial considering what happened.
Yes, that's impressive. Yeah.
He might even have won.
He could have, but they weren't pushing him because it's a trial. But yeah, I think.
There you go.
Yeah, hopefully.
Well, who knows what will happen? Exciting stuff. Maybe I should change my selection. Anyway, now Lynn, let's go to race number 8. This is over the 1650, the extended mile. It's a class 3. Who do you like in this one? It's a very open race, as I thought. Fantastic race. Who do you like, Joe?
I'm going just because of it's a complete lunatic pick because of the odds. It's 29-1 currently. That's the number 8 Casacambo with another Jamie Richards horse with Ruin Maya on board. He won second up in Australia against 3-year-olds, so he's a 4-year-old now. And then he was considered in a grade 2 or a group 2 at Caulfield, but didn't. He finished 11th. So now he's finally had some runs in Hong Kong and ended up getting an 8th at Sha Tin. But the thing is that if you look a little bit back, he does have something that fits him in this race. He is on the pace, which is you're going to be over 1650. He's won on over the mile in Australia at Moonee Valley, which is a really, really almost similar track to Happy Valley, considering that it's also a tight track, but it's also a short stretch. But everything else, I mean, he's won first up. He could win second up again. 29-1 is actually. I think he's a pretty much of a lurker, and I think especially at draw number 9 won't be too bad if he just fires out. There's not a lot of pace in this race, I don't think, because the speed map's suggesting E-Legend, but not by like a big margin of him being up in the front. So I think if he could just stay on, he might hang on for a place. So a lot of things going from 4-year-old gelding. I think this is a complete lunatic pick, but I think he does have a chance, especially at $29. And I think you're going to get about $9 on the place line. No, it went down. It's $5.60 now. But I think for a decent value and a complete lunatic pick, I think number 8 Casac. I mean, nothing against all the other horses. This is actually a really tough race, is what Steve mentioned, because the favorite is Dynamic Spirit with Zach Purton, $4.40. But yeah, wide open race. I see Legend being on the pace, and I think it's going to benefit all the horses that are off the pace or coming in from behind. So think Casa Combo could probably hang on. So number 8, Cosmo. I keep saying combo. It's Cosmo. Sorry, Cosmo.
Well, Joe in race number 8 goes for number 8 and Casa Cosmo. And to be fair, some of your lunatic bets have actually won in the past. So there's every chance.
Some have hung on. I mean, the Taylor Made, I think, hung on at big odds before one of the races, and that was a big. So I mean, I try not to pick a lot of favorites, but that's going to be foreshadowing what's going to pick in the next race.
Well, do you know what? I always say that it's nice. The kudos of getting a big winner is so great. I'm still gutted that I never picked. I taught myself out of quadruple double a couple of races ago. And I was still looking back. I picked Superb Boy and something else, and even now, I sometimes just think about it, and it drives me mad that I didn't stick to my original gut selection. Anyway,
it's always tough because you always second guess yourself, especially with the odds. But I mean, it's gambling. We got to take risks somewhere.
You do. You look at the odds, you think, nah, it's not going to do it. But you just got to stick with your thinking, haven't you? Anyway, that Joe goes for number 8. Shall I mention it again? Yes, Casa Cosmo. And Charene, who do you like in race number 8?
This race, I think it is so wide open. And actually, I was struggling between number 5, All Beauty, and number 12, E-Legend. And finally, I decided to go with number 5, All Beauty. So hopefully, I made a right decision. He's also ridden by Vincent Ho. I quite like his mount on Wednesday nights. So hopefully, All Beauty can also perform well. This horse is a 2-time winner at Charene last season, but he didn't score any victory this year. But among his 3 starts this season in Hong Kong, he was not beaten far. So I believe he is going to improve as a 5-year-old. Actually, last time in the IJC night, he was ridden by Jamie Carr from gate 4. It was his first time to try 1650 at Happy Valley, but after breaking from gate 4, he stayed next to the rail, and he did not have a clear one in a home stretch, so there was a very big excuse for him. So second time racing over this course and distance, also getting a good draw, gate number 2. So hopefully he can make use of this, and I believe he will stay after the leader, not very far from the back. So this time Vincent Ho takes the ride. He knows the horse well. He was one of the winning partners of this horse last season. So hopefully he can improve. So number 5, All Beauty is my selection here.
So number 5, All Beauty for Charene. Race number 8, as you say, rather unlucky on IJC night. Well, it's testament to how difficult a race this is because we've all got different selections. I went for Majestic Victory for Tony Cruz. I like this horse. He's shaped well in 4 starts this season, all over course and distance. I thought he ran very well last time out from a rather wide draw. That was under Angus Chung. And I think it's interesting that Luke Ferraris takes over this time. I know he doesn't have the £10 claim, but Luke Ferraris is a very good jockey. And maybe he needs a fully fledged jockey back on board. I do like this horse a lot, Majestic Victory. And I must admit, I thought it was hard to choose between him and Happy Daily. I know Happy Daily's more of a 1400 meter specialist at Charene, where all his winning has come from three wins. But I do like him. He's nothing from 4 over this course and distance, but he's remained in good heart after winning earlier in the season. Derek Lung is on board. And I do like them both. I marginally went for Majestic Victory, but I really wouldn't rule out a good run from Happy Daily too. And it's interesting, isn't it? There's only 6 rides for Purton at this meeting, Charene.
Yes, but
is he having a rest? Is he?
No, but I believe, of course, he is having a really, really good start in this season. So I also quite shocked about he only gets 6 rides this time.
Yeah. Yes, I mean the 2 Class 5 he's not riding, so it's interesting. Yeah. He has a nice horse in this, doesn't he? He rides Dynamic Spirit for Danny Shum, which is improving with every run. He's a lightly raced son of Agnes Gold, but I have the funny feeling it's not his time yet. And Red Majesty loves this course and distance. He's top weight, but Angus Chung takes £10 off. But I just have a feeling that he'll be tested in this lineup. And Captain Wynn, he gets high draws often, and he's only 1 from 17, so that kind of put me off as well. So just to recap, in what is a very tricky race 8, the penultimate race on the card, Joe goes for number 8, Casa Cosmo. Charene goes for number 5, All Beauty. and I will go for number 8. Or should I say number 7, Majestic Victory? But I also like Happy Daily. But I'm picking one, so it's Majestic Victory.
Well, Steve, real quick, I think it's because it was his birthday the other day. So happy birthday, Zach Purton, if you're watching. And maybe that's why. Maybe that's his birthday gift. You don't get to ride the Class 5s today.
Do you know that's
yeah, right. His birthday is on January 2nd, celebrating his 40th birthday.
That's right. On your birthday, Class 5s, no. Class 4 and above.
No, Class 4. Yeah, Class 4 and above for me.
yeah. Oh dear, the privilege of being a jockey. Right, we go to the finale on the card. A cracking race. This it's a Class 3. It's over the 1,200 meters. And who do you like, Joe?
I can't get past the favorite right now. Currently, Gold Baby. He looks really good. Drawn. That's a number 9. Another one for Vincent Ho. Drawn number 2 in the 1,200 sprint. So I've always said there is that run-in. So I think it benefits more the inside horses than it does the outside. I do see a little bit of. It's funny because it's Golden 60, because he is a big back marker that comes in and when he gets in transit and could weave through horses, that's what he's been doing. And Vincent Ho is no stranger to that because he's run with Golden 60 throughout his career almost. And I do see a lot of pace with Happy Sharing in this race as well. And I think he comes from so far back, but if he gets that turn of foot, and he does have a massive turn of foot, he'll go over the top of everybody except for, he tried that in his penultimate race and ended up getting 4th, but his record's been really good at Happy Valley. I think every race that he hasn't gone below a 4th within the last 5 races at Happy Valley. So he's won by big margins too, almost 3 lengths and then 2 lengths in his last start. He is going to go up in class, obviously. And it's going to be he's won over 1,200. He's won over 1,000. I think he is a really good sprinter for what he is. $3.20, not too bad. Because earlier was a Heroic Master, number 3 with Zach Purton. That was the favorite. So it's going to be a tough race. I think if he has a lot of pace to chase, he'll run over a lot of really tired horses. And he is the current favorite. And I don't think I can't get past him. So number 9, Gold Baby for me.
Number 9, in race number 9 for Joe Gold. I hope you're wrong, Joe.
I'm probably wrong because he might run into some. He'll probably get bottled up and then can't, I think we both hope you're wrong. Who do you like, Charene, in the last?
Yeah, I also hope Joe is wrong because I'm going with another horse that will be number 3, Heroic Master, ridden by Zach Purton. It will be the horse's first time to try this distance in Hong Kong, but I'm not afraid of this because he is already proven over this distance before coming to Hong Kong. He won over 1,200 meters in Australia before arriving in Hong Kong. So he adapted to Hong Kong environment very well. So he scored a winner and 2/3 from the 1,000 meters at Happy Valley. I think he also liked this circuit. So this time, stepping up to 1,200 meters, he can also handle it. And of course, he also has a good barrier trial performance. Before this race, he performed well in the barrier trial under Zach Purton again. So this time, breaking from a good draw gate number 3, I think he can make use of it and stay in front. So hopefully he can win another race, and he will also be my best bet. Number 3, Heroic Master in race 9.
Yes, number 3 for Charene, Heroic Master in race number 9, and I have to agree. Heroic Master is my best bet and confident pick here as well. Frankie Law horse, 4 years old, lightly raced, a good chance. And Gold Baby, career high mark to defy, but of course, as Joe says, he can't be discounted. He's running really well. I picked Nakoni County last time to win. I thought he was quite disappointing under Hugh Bowman. He stayed on for 5th place, but I think it was 5th. It was a close up enemy, just out of the frame. But from a good draw, I expected better, and he's not so well drawn now. He's a very attractive looking individual in Nakoni County. Doesn't seem to quite just fulfill his potential, I think you could say. And Beauty Charge and Stormtrooper.
Probably going to win now that we didn't pick it because we've picked Nakoni County a bunch of times. But Steve, real quick, take a guess of what odds he is now.
Nakoni County?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. Something like 20?
16-1.
16.
Wow.
Now he's gonna probably win.
No,
Yeah,
You
that's
always see
attractive.
that. You always see that. Like you'll see a horse that's like really like it'll lose its favorites, and then when it like for example, Astrologer.
Right.
He'll show up at big odds, but when he's the favorite, he won't win.
it's a funny thing, isn't it? I mean, I've been picking Rock Your Heart a lot. Lisa, I love the horse Rock Your Heart, but I always had him down as a sort of a bridesmaid, a horse that comes second and third, and maybe saves a bit for himself. But I thought, no, just pick it because you like him. And I really thought he was desperately unlucky last week. He was kind of hemmed in by I'm a Single Man, and I really think with a clear run, Rock Your Heart could have won that day. I'm still thinking about that now. Actually, I think, but he's a hard horse to catch right. And I think that was his day. He could have had a nice win there. That would have been his third win over the course and distance of Charene. Anyway, I'm digressing. I'm allowing my bitterness
we might have a best Quinella here.
We do. We basically
Yes,
have to
I think so.
Yeah, we have to go back 5 minutes and just regurgitate what we've already said because it's now we're not coming to our best bets.
Well, these are our best bets. These are our best bets.
This is it.
Skip that part.
Yeah, right.
These are our best bets. Joe goes for number 9, which is it is Gold Baby, and Charene and I are in agreement. Number 3, Heroic Master, which leaves us now to go on to our value selections, which Joe, I think you've already covered as well.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention Casa Cosmo, number 8, race number 8. As I mentioned, just a lot of things that we probably have overlooked before when you're looking at a form. But having looked at it again, I think the only difference is he's facing older horses, and I think that's another thing because he's a 4-year-old, and then in Hong Kong they don't really have the conditions unless it's like a big stakes race or a Griffin race. So, Casa Cosmo for me, 29-1. That's not bad at all if it wins.
Very nice odds. Charene, who do you like as your value bet?
My value bet will be a bit earlier in the card. I have my value bet in race number 3. I quite like number 9, River Views, breaking from gate 1, ridden by Jerry Chow. It is his first time to try this course and distance, 1650 at Happy Valley. But before coming to Hong Kong, he is a Caulfield winner over 1400 meters. So I think that he can also handle the mile as well. So actually this time I have him as each way bet because one of the most important thing is the gates. Gates 1 is very, very ideal for him. And also in this race number 3, I believe there are not many fast horses here. So maybe after breaking from a good draw, River Reviews can take the lead, maybe because this is the first time stepping up to this distance. And actually, he is always doing well in his barrier trial in Hong Kong, but he is still a maiden here. So this time in this season, he is just 4-year-old. So I think that he keeps improving, and maybe this time racing in a career low mark of 49, he is able to bounce back. So he will be my value bet. Race 3, number 9, River Views.
Race 3, number 9, Charene's value selection, Riverview. A nice horse, actually, Riverviews. It's one that I've considered picking a few times. And he always looks like he wants perhaps longer than 1,200 meters. And this is what he will get today. Well, I went to I'll know my fate early because I went to race number 1 after much not sure what I was going to pick as my value. But I eventually went for number 3, Our Creed, which I think is an interesting horse in race number 1. It's over the 1650 meters. He's yet to score in 17 local starts, but he's well drawn this time. He's attractively handicapped. He's got Angus Chung on board, taking the valuable £10 off. And I think it was his penultimate start. He ran over 1,200 meters, totally inadequate, far too short, but he actually stayed on quite nicely that day. And I think if you watch his last race under Zach Purton, he was drawn wide. He just couldn't find the slot at all. And when he came into the home straight, he was a spent force because he travelled wide. I think there's a nice race to be won with him. And, it's a class 5, and it's not the most competitive. Flash Famous won last time. He's an 8-year-old. I'm not sure he can really win again. Amazing News is a consistent horse, but he's drawn high, and he's gone 29 local runs in Hong Kong without a win. And Star of Glory run better last time. Charizard sits on a good mark, but Tony Mellard's having a terrible season, aren't they? They've only had 2 winners.
Yeah.
Very, very surprising, very disappointing for him. And Mr.
Mm.
Arm, I thought, was a nice horse under Hugh Bowman, but he's an on-runner. So I think Jack Wynn takes over. I think he was the reserve. He takes over from Mr. Arm. So just to recap there, Joe goes back to, where were we now, Joe? Race number 8, Casa Cosmo. I just like saying it. I'm practicing it. Casa Cosmo.
Yeah, at least you're not saying Casa Combo. I kept saying combo. If you rewind the tape, you'll hear me say combo.
Charene goes for race number 3, and that is number 9, River Views. And I'm going to race number 1, number 3, Our Creed. Well, that's it. It's thank you, Joe. Thank you, Charene. It's great to be back on the Beer Garden again, and I'm full of optimism. I think we're going to have lots of winners this year.
Just real quick, just want to touch on the races. Race number 3, the value bet River Views, 10-1, and then Steve's was it?
It was number 3, Our Creed, in the opener.
Our Creed, $7.80. So we do have some great value there.
Good price.
Sure.
And you've got a $29 one.
Yeah, that's probably not going to win.
No, it will.
No. It will. I think it will. I mean,
think
it has
it will.
a chance. It's a wide open race.
Yeah, that's racing. You never know.
We will retweet it forever if it wins, Joe.
And I think that Jamie Richards, maybe in the Trainers Challenge, he could have some kind of decent. I don't know what his odds are. Let's take a look real quick.
Yeah.
Traders Challenge. Who is the top trainer right now? It's loading. I think we're all. I mean, now would we not pick Zach Purton because he's only in 6 races, or would you still pick him in the Jockeys Challenge?
I even thought Angus Chung had a chance, because I do like Our Creed in the opener, and he's also in Villa Theon in race number 3, who drops in class, and all his winning has come in class 4, Villa Theon. He's an interesting horse.
I'm with Vincent Ho, because Joe Morera is no longer riding in Hong Kong. So many local jockeys, they get a lot of good rides. So if they can perform well, there is still a chance. So Vincent Ho is my pick in the Jockey Challenge this time.
Yeah, Vincent Ho is $3.25, or no, $3.40. Zach Purton's $3. Below him, yeah.
Before we go, Joe, Faribault in race number 7. What's the price for Faribault?
Faribault race number 7, 12-1. So
do you know, isn't that amazing? I mean, he beat Juno Flash last time. All right, it was a narrow victory, but 12-1, and Juno Flash is almost like even money, isn't he? It's a very short price, and Faribault 12-1. It's fantastic value when you think about it.
Yeah, it's always like that in Hong Kong. After a horse winning from his last start and the next start, he has a better value.
Yes. Yes,
they don't think lightning strikes twice, apparently.
No,
right.
But he's well drawn. He's got SDS on board, and he might just be improving. So anyway,
so real quick, Danny Shum 385, leading the market for the Trainers Challenge, and then Douglas White's 650.
Interesting. Well, folks, thank you very much indeed. I hope you enjoy your action at Happy Valley, and we'll see you again at the weekend to chat in. So it's bye from all of us.
Bye.
Bye-bye.